Welcome to the room, truth on the mic. Healing the soul, we rise and ignite. Mind, body, spirit aligned in the flame. War room tribe, we roar in our name.
Check it. Here we go.
Land of the free. I got a deed in my hand, but it feels like a loan. Paying taxes on the dirt like the state really owns. Every year they come knocking saying pay or you're gone. Makes you wonder if the freedom we were promised is gone. They say it's private property, but that line's getting thin. When the government decides what you can build, where you can live, utilities cut across it like a vein in my skin. If a neighbor builds too close, the courts step in. Tell me how I'm free when the land ain't mine. When they take it for a road or a power line. Feels like I'm living on borrowed time in the land of the free. But it don't feel like mine. Oh, but it don't feel like mine. Oh yeah. Eminent domain like a knock at the door, saying we need your backyard, maybe even more. They'll pay what they choose, call it just and fair, but you lose your home while they stand and stare. Property taxes like a rent, I can't quit. Miss a payment and they'll take every bit. Ownership's a word that don't quite fit when the government's the landlord and we're tenants in it. Zoning laws tell me what I can't create, what I can't build on my own damn estate. Feels like control dressed up as fate, and every rule they write just locks the gate. Tell me how I'm free when the land ain't mine. When they take it for a road or a power line. Feels like I'm living on borrowed time in the land of the free. But it don't feel like mine. They say it ain't communism, but the power's the same. When the government decides every inch of the game. Ownership's a shadow, just a legal name. And freedom's feeling fragile like a flickering flame. I ain't saying we're red, but the lines show blood when the state has the final say on what's yours. Feels like freedom ain't what it was before, and the Constitution's voice is a distant roar. Tell me how I'm free when the land ain't mine. When they take it for a road or a power line. Feels like I'm living on borrowed time in the land of the free. But it don't feel like mine. But it don't feel like mine. Maybe freedom's still here, but it's harder to find when the rules keep changing and the walls closing tight. I'm holding my deed like a lifeline in the land of the free. But it don't feel like mine.
And there we go. There we go. Welcome to the War Room.
Welcome.
Welcome. 7/27, 2026. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Happy Monday. This week started. All right, where to start, you know? Put a spell out here on the screen. There we go. How's everybody doing out there? Is
Hot.
hot where you at? I'm sure it is. It's summertime, but
Nadine.
Yeah, it's hot here.
unusually hot or just normal?
No, it's just enough to aggravate a little. It's nothing
Oh.
terrible.
A lot going on. Save America Act is the ultimate goal to federalize the elections. That's why they called the 2020. That's why Trump kept saying the 2020 election was rigged
Right.
to set up the problem. That's the problem. Get the
Mhm.
reaction from us, and then their solution is to
Federalize it.
federalize
Take
the
it away from
elections,
the states,
take it away from the states,
which is against the
which is
Constitution.
right, right, states' rights.
That would
Uh,
make centralized
so
power.
that would be the stealing elections, actually.
Yeah, centralized power.
So
Take it away from
Trump
the
wants to steal
states.
the elections from us, local, and give it to the federal. And then when he's out of the way,
They
what?
said it was in there
I don't think it'll.
forever,
I don't think
which
it'll.
is not true.
I don't think it'll go through because it's unconstitutional. So then everybody's being tested, right?
Yeah, I think it's past the
So
House.
Trump's playing long ball. That's why nobody's been arrested. They
Right,
don't want to arrest nobody for it. They just want to get this bill passed to take away the power from the states. That's what this is,
right.
right? And then
Well, the states can challenge it, but we'll see how it goes.
you said it might go up to the Supreme Court or what?
Yeah, it could.
So it's all lies and deception, right?
Yes.
No accountability. That's why there's no accountability because it's all lies. Get it? You want to know why nobody's going to jail for stolen election? That's part of the plan, right?
Set the volume's low.
No, how about now? No,
Oh, that was
that's the
echoing.
echo. Everything's turned up.
5 by 5? Is it
I,
good?
I can hear you, but I mean, it's
Is
not
it
as,
low?
it's not as loud as it could be.
It's all the way up, right?
Check, check.
That's weird.
How about now? Check, check, check.
Seems about the same.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Can y'all hear me in the chat?
I can hear you.
Welcome. All right, so Trump is focused on that Save America Act to cap it off, put the cherry on top, so that you don't have to worry about the elections no more. The federal government will make sure those numbers are good.
Well, he told you that. Just vote for me. You won't have to. When he was running the second time, you will never have to vote again, right?
Also, the merger between Israel, IDF, and United States military.
Right, which they've been doing
They've
that.
been committing war crimes together for years.
Yes.
So now they're married.
So
Now they want to get
it's
married.
pretty much disclosing that to
Hmm.
everybody now, because they've been doing that since 1948.
Right. I mean, they captured Congress.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some people can't see that. I don't think people are. I think people are seeing it, but most people don't know what's constitutional or unconstitutional. They just know they.
And they don't look at the bills.
Then they don't. Yeah.
If they read the, you know how when you read the newspaper or some an article, you just see the headline, but you don't read the rest. That's what they do with the bills.
That's why they put the title as Save America.
It sounds good.
That's why they put the title of a bill called Patriot Act
Right.
because it sounds patriotic, doesn't it?
Yes.
Only you're not a patriot if you don't vote for this, right?
No. Right.
You love America. It's like, no, I love my rights, my constitutional rights.
That's right.
Y'all are violating the shit out of them. Now you're trying to take the elections
Hmm.
from our states, control, which is unconstitutional. That's what most people should be looking at. What's constitutional, what's not.
That's it.
Anyone saying they agree with the unconstitutional shit isn't. That's an un-American if I ever seen one. There's a lot of y'all running around.
I know, unfortunately, but fortunately, we have a lot that does know it.
Hmm.
That that speaks out and says this is unconstitutional, y'all. Right?
Yeah.
This isn't right.
So everybody's being tested on their. It looks like who's Who's a constitutionalist? Who's not? Who's American? Who's not?
Right.
And how those numbers lay out will determine. But now it's in Congress's hands. They're going to vote on the Save America Act.
Yeah, I think it passed one. I think it was the House, and now it has to go to the Senate. I think. Uh, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But it can still be challenged, right, by the states. So, like we said, it was going to be a constitutional battle.
Yeah. So it sounds cool until you look at what you're losing, and which is your states' rights, Constitution.
Okay, BB said BB's coming to America to say goodbye to Lady G. Well, Madani said he was going to arrest him if he came to New York.
Yeah. So that's the 10th Amendment, which makes the idea that the powers of the federal government are limited to those powers granted in the Constitution has been declared to be truism by the Supreme Court. So let's go to states' rights is in the U.S. context refer to the powers reserved to individual states or the people under the Constitution, as opposed to power granted exclusively just to the federal government.
Right. There's
Seems
a balance for a reason,
this concept
right?
is
Checks and
central.
balances.
Yeah, the concept is central to the federal system and is most clearly expressed in the 10th Amendment. Powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states, respectively, or the people. See that? They want to take it from us, guys. They want to steal the elections with
Yeah.
the Save America Act by letting the federal government make sure everything's on the up and up, and they're going to count them.
Right. You don't want it centralized like that.
Right now,
That's tyranny, right? I mean, we're already under tyranny, but that's
yeah,
not how it works.
wouldn't that be going in communism?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, just like the other
But
countries.
Trump's saying we're. That's why Trump's telling you talking about communism,
Right.
but people aren't connecting the two. That it's him that's trying to do it.
Right. And then he said he was gonna what did he say? Filibuster. Right. That's what he was saying Joe was gonna do, and then Joe didn't. Now he wants to filibuster and probably stack the courts, maybe. I don't know. See.
So a lot going on. A lot of people are feeling of a lot of things are catching up,
Heavy.
and it's starting to make sense. And they see the big lies that we have been over the last 10 years. We've seen a bunch of politicians go on podcasts, say one thing, and then when get in there, they do the opposite. Right? So they go on these podcasts, talk a good game, get their audiences to vote for them, and then when they get in there, they do the opposite. They do whatever hell they're told, right?
And they really want this make what is it? Bill
Save America.
Save America. They really want that bad. He went to he did like a little rally today, right?
Yeah, he went to General Motors in
Yes.
Michigan,
Yep.
and
Michigan.
he did a rally. He just did the same talking points like he does at a rally. You know, no women in men's sports or no men in
It's
women's
like repeat.
sports.
It's
And
a loop.
they want to mutilate your kids' penises off their bodies and those Democrats and blah blah blah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it did not look like him, right?
Yeah, he's got a yeah, a little strange,
Hmm.
a little strange. He did the whole Trump. So we got a rally speech at General Motors. It's just the same old shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like Trump's greatest hits.
Hmm.
Trump's greatest rally hits was played today. Yeah, right. You know how you get the greatest hits album and you got all the good songs and you just repeat them,
Yep.
all the hits. That's what he did today. Same shit. Nothing new. So that's the plan, and I know, but however, it's disguised as Save America, and he's trying to make it seem as if the Democrats are the ones trying to steal,
Mhm.
right? But we'll see how they vote on that. Who's going to vote for
For it,
that unconstitutional bill? Who's
right,
going to pull it out? Who was it?
right.
There isn't many. So they're doing the left-right thing still
Bad,
dividing the country.
bad.
Trump could be uniting us. Trump could be uniting us, but he's not.
No,
He's keeping the division going,
do it
right?
stronger.
Because they're not done. So this is a test. We'll see what happens. A lot of people are seeing, you know, some things that have always been like Israel and the United States and relationship and military are just now realizing that they've been together for a while now,
Yes,
decades.
a
But now
long
it's
time.
official, right?
Yeah, and everyone knows,
Yeah, now
and
everybody
everyone's
knows. Now
upset.
it's not a conspiracy theory.
Right,
Now we're not crazy,
right.
right? It's in your face. Some people can't see it. They're just caught up in the propaganda and the psyops, not understanding what's taking place here. That's why you got to stand firm in the Constitution of Jeremy's times, and you can't go wrong with that. You'll be in the right if you're okay with excusing just one unconstitutional bill, then they'll bring many more after that.
Right, which they have been doing.
All right. That's why nobody's going to jail. That's why nobody's being held accountable. It's all bullshit. To get it's the problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, get our reaction. We scream for
The only thing that's happened is Lindsey Graham died, and Mitch McConnell and crickets. Right? We don't know.
I think he's still in the hospital.
Yeah, but they haven't said anything about him.
Go read. I need everyone in this whoever's in listening right now. I need you to go read the Save America app if you haven't, and then tell
Yes.
me if you're saving America.
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay? And then
Like we said, you have to
yeah,
have additional documents to prove you're a citizen, your birth certificate, whatever, right?
so you're consenting.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
gonna recontract.
you're recontracting.
And um, if your birth certificate doesn't match your married name, you have to prove that.
That's for the women.
Yes.
So if you want to vote and you haven't fixed your documents, you're not going to get to vote. The women's going to have that problem, not the men, of course, because
Which
they don't.
that too is unconstitutional because that would be considered a poll tax, right? If you have to pay
Yeah.
external funds
Yeah.
to vote, you shouldn't have to pay anything to vote. But you are if you have to get, like, if you don't even have your birth certificate, you have to order a copy of it. That costs, right?
Yeah, it does. So we had to take a few days to reanalyze what direction this was all heading, and once you step back and step away from the propaganda and all the noise for a minute, you get a lot more clarity. So that was the plan, really. That's why nobody's being, everybody's like, well, when y'all gonna arrest anybody for stolen elections? That wasn't about that. It wasn't about arresting the deep state for stolen elections. It was about creating the problem so they could pass that bill to federalize the elections,
Hmm.
take away our states' rights, right?
Right. The states have to fight back.
And there goes your constitutional republics, right? So we'll see how this turns out. Should be interesting. But regardless, a lot of people are feeling it. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and play this real quick. Let's go to
Doesn't it all feel like one big pack of lies right now? I think it feels like one giant pack of lies right now because it is. Everything feels like a lie. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Just have a conversation because I've been really thinking about this a lot over the past few weeks and talking with my wife about it, and just the idea that everything we thought we knew, all the stories we thought we knew, the truth behind, they're all just lies. They're all just lies. And it just feels exhausting, doesn't it? Like I see the emails and comments from a lot of you. You're just so sick of the lies of these politicians, the media, all of it. It's all one big pile of lies. And I think the reason I wanted to talk about it today kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. Yesterday, I was listening to Sean Ryan sit down with Tucker Carlson. And I'll link it up in the description if you want to watch the full episode. I highly encourage you to do that. But I just want to clip a little something here because he said something that I had been feeling for quite a long time now. And it just resonates so deeply with me. And when he said it, I was just like, I don't know. It struck me like a bolt of lightning about this idea of lies and putting your faith in men. Listen.
Well, I mean, I think we kind of discussed it last time. Everything is a lie. Like that became like a coined term, I guess. But everything is a lie. I mean, every politician I've sat across from, with maybe the exception of Eli Crane, who I disagree with on a lot of.
Yep.
I hate that I even have to say that. I don't agree with everything they have to say. Why the fuck do we have to say that? I like Eli. He's very, pro-Israel. I'm not, but he can articulate why he is and whatever. I respect it. At least he's not just regurgitating shit, like most people. But everybody else, it's just, it's been a lie. And then the other thing is, I mean, which it really shouldn't bother me, but you talk to somebody and then it's like, you how dare you platform that person? And it's like, actually, I probably just did you a favor because he just spent 4 hours lying to me on my podcast that you're going to be able to use for his next political campaign.
Exactly.
Too fucking stupid to figure that out, aren't you? But, but I mean, it's, and they do. And I don't know, I put a lot of faith in a lot of these guys and women, that have come on, and really, the only one that really impressed me was Joe Kent, in the long run. Everybody else has just been a wash or a complete disaster. Just a lying piece of shit.
That hit me so much because I was just having the same conversation with my wife and a few friends. We were in Scotland. Our friend's one great journalist, great person, and his wife, Neil Oliver, and his wife, Trudy. We were out to lunch with them in Scotland and near Edinburgh. And just sitting around a table sharing steak and ale pies and fish and chips and on a day. And one thing Neil said that stood out to me is exactly what I've been feeling. See, the more that I read, the more that I study, the less I know. And the more lies are just everywhere. All of these stories that we thought we knew the truth behind everyone's just full of shit.
Full of shit.
And it was like a consensus feeling. We all just sort of felt it. And we all just sort of said, we're just exhausted by it. Exhausted by these liars. Exhausted by, the media lies. Exhausted by the fake ex-influencer liars. The people that are just like farming engagement or whatever. And you see it every day if your eyes are open enough to it, right? Whether it's like some influencer on X goes to Ukraine all of a sudden and is sitting down hugging Zelensky. But 2 years ago, this same person was talking about, rather factually, how corrupt this person is, how corrupt the entire country of Ukraine is, hell, just go to the State Department's own website. You can read how corrupt Ukraine is. Is a straight up Nazi, aids and abets the Azov battalion and Nazis, and is like suddenly now on X, like posting videos like hugging Zelensky, pushing this new narrative that we need to support Ukraine. Like what? It's all a lie.
Crazy.
Like it's all a joke. Or Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. If you ask any questions, like you're outcast. Tyler Robinson on a rooftop fires the 30-06 into Charlie Kirk from the front.
Oswald did.
And his steel neck stops it. Okay? It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Can't ask questions about it. Gotta take what the FBI, the state-run media tell you to take, right? What Kash Patel tells you to take. It's all a lie. Lee Harvey Oswald kills JFK. Everyone knows that that's total bullshit. But, it's still being taught in schools. Why? Why is it still being taught in schools?
Why
It's a lie. We know it's a lie.
That's like the moon landing.
Yeah.
Sirhan killed RFK.
Yeah.
His son says that's not what happened.
Case closed.
And it's clear that that's not what happened. But okay. It's all a lie. Just go along with it. Why did John F. Kennedy Jr. suddenly die in a plane crash with Senate aspirations? And then suddenly Hillary Clinton's there. Don't ask questions. Shut up. Don't ask questions. Everything is a lie. And, back to the Ukraine thing for just a minute. You're seeing the coalescing of the media now around this Ukrainian push. It's very strange, isn't it? You're seeing like a renewed, like after Lindsey Graham, who was just there offering up more money and resources, then suddenly his sister is swept into the Senate, like within 48 hours. Okay. More money and resources. Suddenly Ukraine is Ukraine, right? Like we're now supporting Ukraine in a much bigger way. Like this was exactly what Trump said would not happen. But okay, it's all a lie. So all the people that voted for this man, who believed what this man said, it was all a lie. It's also disheartening. Or that the Nazis lost World War II. I've been reading a lot of books lately, and one of the books I just finished was on the International Bank of Settlements, the secret shadow bank that runs the world without any government oversight, of course, at all. But this idea that the Nazis lost World War II, that's a lie.
Yep.
If you really think about it, did the Nazis really lose World War II? Why did Germany become the massive economic power that it is immediately after World War II?
Yeah, make that make sense. They lost the war, right? Well, but they came out on top,
Right.
and then they brought all their people over here, and NASA, and other institutions, spread them all out.
I don't
Right?
know why anyone didn't say anything then.
Do-
Didn't that say?
when you go defeat a country, do you take the best that they have and bring it back to your country to implement it? Why would you do that? Why did you even invade it? They were right. So we were told one thing, but another thing happened. See the two different timelines? That's why the Man in the High Castle,
Yes.
that show, you need to go check that out.
On
That shows you the
Prime.
alternate version. If
or
not,
probably did.
if the Nazis and Japan won, what would it look like? What it would look like?
It looks like America.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you got to check it out. It's a series, but it's good.
Because we funded it.
Because created the CIA right after World War II, the Mossad, Israel
Everything.
came into play.
Yeah, everything.
Everything came into play that we're dealing with today. Now it's coming full circle. And now here they are trying to hold on. Because the people are going to wake up. And they got to get those.
They are.
They got to get those states.
droves.
They got to take away the states' rights. because now,
And we can't let that happen.
right. So a lot of these politicians are committing treason.
I mean, Trump was telling them to call their senators and tell them to vote for it. Like,
Look at whoever that is playing Trump.
yeah, whoever's playing Trump.
Before you call your senator and tell them to vote for the Save America Act, you need to go read the act.
Yes. I
Okay?
posted it a couple times.
Go read the act.
Because we gave safe harbor to the Nazis. Operation Paperclip,
The Nazis
bringing
came over here and
Nazi
created the baby
scientists
boom.
into the United States, giving them homes and cushy money. When the same scientists in America didn't receive the same benefits that the Nazis did. That the Third Reich didn't actually end. It was just repurposed, reconfigured in Argentina and other places. Antarctica and Nuremberg. I love when people say, we got to have another Nuremberg trial. Really? Another pack of lies. Like, what sort of
It was all
lengthy
TV.
sentences did we
The
get?
Nuremberg trial was for TV.
Yeah, for the
To
for
appease
the people. Yeah.
So you'll think that
Looked
justice
like
was
some
served.
justice was done.
Right? It's fake. Walter Cronkite was involved. What do you think? Right?
From the Nuremberg trials. More of like,
Didn't Walter Cronkite cover that one? Yeah. He was at the Nuremberg trials covering that for the video. You know how they do it. It's a psyop. They've been doing this for decades. Right? Deception.
a show for the cameras. Lengthy sentences for these people, these war criminals. No, come on. Most of them let off scot-free or very minimal sentences, or when they got sentences and they had their sentences reduced and then they were given money and resources. Many of them went fully into business and whitewashed their Nazi past, and we let them whitewash their Nazi past. Britain, the United States.
And they said Walter Cronkite was the most trusted man in news. Think about that. If he's got to tell you that he's the most trusted, probably, yeah, that pretty much means you.
Yeah, when they tell you over and over what to think about it, because they're trying to steer you to believe what they know is a lie.
So we need more Nuremberg trials. Yeah, more show trials, more lies. Don't even get me started on Abraham Lincoln. Everything you think you know, right? Everything you think you believe. I think that's why people are so upset. So many people, supported Trump. So many people supported his message of closed borders, no more wars, economic prosperity in the United States. We're going to reinvest all that money that we're sending over to Ukraine and other places.
That was first term Trump he's talking about right here, right? Second term Trump did a 180.
Opposite of everything he said.
Keep in mind, Trump got COVID on October 2nd, 2020, 10 and 2, Mickey Mouse clock.
Yep. And he said he was going to go away for a little while.
Go away for a little while.
Places reinvested into the United States, and instead we start a new Iranian war, and we send more money through NATO, through subsidiaries, through NGOs, whatever. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's all one big uniform.
That's why the Smith Modernization Act was so important in this process, and so they could cover their asses legally, right?
Right.
They were going to be lying out their ass since 2012 at least.
So they wouldn't be held accountable.
Right.
Probably still will. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're supposed to be telling the truth no matter what.
Party lie. It really is. When we were in Scotland, I wanted to go see this one chapel. Natalie and I wanted to go see this one chapel called Rosalind Chapel, which here's another lie. So it's a beautiful old chapel near Edinburgh. And, a lot of people go there to see it because it was in Dan Brown's Angels and Demons, and then featured famously in the Tom Hanks movie of the same name. So we were there, and a tour guide asks, how many people are here to see this because of Angels and Demons? And all these people raise their hands. Even in the gift shop, they've got plenty of Angels and Demons things there in the gift shop. And but what people don't understand, of course, is the dark magic Masonic origins and co-option of this chapel by the Masons, the pedophiles, the Kabbalists who want to destroy Christianity. So one way, of course, to undermine Christianity is to say that Jesus and Mary were lovers, right? In this chapel, in this divine feminine chapel. So you're sitting there and you're seeing just like you're surrounded by lies. People are there to watch like because they love this movie and they don't understand that the movie's purpose, Dan Brown's connections to the Masons, it's all to undercut Christianity. It's all to denigrate it. It's also, to downplay Jesus Christ. But people don't see it that way. Of course, they're there for the Hollywood part of it, but it's all one big lie. There's no one there asking the questions about Jeffrey Epstein. Like when you're you're near the altar in Rosalind Chapel, there's the apprentice pillar and there's the Masons pillar, the two famous pillars on this altar.
The 10 and the 2, right? The J and the B. 10 and 2, that's when Trump got his hacked over. October 2nd. So the 10 and 2, the 2 pillars. They had to choose between Jesus and Barabbas. That's a J and a B. Huh?
Yes.
I mean, they're beautiful to look at, but of course, why did Jeffrey Epstein have replicas built in his house on Epstein Island?
Yeah, I did.
See the twirly one on the right?
Yep.
And the straight one on the left?
Replicas of these famous pillars. These deeply dark Masonic origin pillars. No, the tour guide didn't talk about Epstein. Didn't have any commentary about Epstein, but was sure happy to talk about Tom Hanks. Trying to go into the crypt to get the truth about the bloodline and the Grail. Whatever. So there's been this centuries-long effort to undermine Christianity. Anyway, it's all lies. Just like the idea of Judeo-Christian values, a lie. People who sitting there like evangelicals who are reading the, Schofield Bible and don't understand like his dark origins. Don't understand anything about that guy. Deadbeat philanderer. But people sort of blindly follow that. Okay, it's all a lie. Anyway, all that to say, it's my son's birthday today. He turned 16 and he and I just talked for a couple hours just last night. He just talked about his future and what he wants. And I said, just remember the most important thing, because you're just surrounded, like the government's not going to come and help you. You need to take care of yourself and your family. I said, the most important thing you can do, son, is to have children, have lots of children. And the second thing is, well, maybe simultaneously, and to take care of them. Take care of your family. That's it. Government's not going to help you. The government's not coming to protect you. The government's full of liars, scoundrels, cheats. They're out for themselves. So you need to protect yourself. You need to build success on your own terms. Invest smartly. Don't do what I did growing up and, got wildly into debt, made stupid mistakes, didn't understand money until I was in my 30s and how to invest properly and dig my way out of credit card debt. Don't do stupid things. No one came to save me. I didn't, use some tactics to declare bankruptcy or anything like that. I had student loan debt. I had other things, stupid. I was probably paying off Chinese dinners that I paid for, Chinese food dinners when I was from college that I, put on a credit card, stupid stuff. And I didn't understand how to start investing properly, build a business, be self-sufficient, because what's coming is really deeply disturbing, what's about to happen. And I don't think people fully understand what's about to happen to our economy and how deeply dark things are going to get. And we're going to need community more than ever. We're going to need family more than ever. And more importantly, as friend of the show, Mike Adams likes to say, we need to be prepared. We need to prepare ourselves So having backup food supplies on hand, making sure that you're taking care of your family, making sure that you have fresh food, fresh water, your own ability to produce energy somehow away from this grid. Because these people don't care about us at all.
At all.
At all.
No.
At all.
They care about the war machine. They care about their Masonic, demonic friends. And at the end of the day, most of these people are corrupt and they're dark, very, very dark. And they are corrupted by money and power and influence. And you need to be self-sufficient and you need to take care of your family. So anyway, that's all that to say. I just wanted to kind of get this off my chest and just have a conversation about these pack of lies. I think a lot of you probably feel this, whether you're willing to admit it or not. I can just tell you, like in my immediate friend group, neighbors, friends that had a charge of electricity, like maybe after that last election, you know, people who might have voted for whomever, right? But they were excited because they thought something. They feel like they were, I mean, that's why I don't trust any of these parties at all. They're both deeply corrupt, but you know, there are people who believed it, right? And I just feel bad. I really feel bad for those people who really believed it. It's okay to be hopeful, but there are people who really sort of tied their future to the promise of these things, you know? And it's been an absolute letdown for those people. And you're seeing, I saw a headline today that said Republicans are seeing a scary lack of enthusiasm. Scary was the quote. Scary lack of enthusiasm heading into the midterm elections. Yeah, you think? You think? You're in power? We don't get full transparency?
And Trump's trying to use the fear porn again.
Oh yeah, the
Tactic.
communists and the Democrats are going to turn this into communists.
They're gonna
if they get
if they get back in, they're gonna cut your kid's penis off, right? Mutilation and
mutilization.
all this shit. Scary, scary, scary. And he said if the Democrats get in there, aren't Democrats in there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean,
So
there's Republicans
he
and
must think
Democrats.
there's no Democrats in Congress. I mean, I know the Republicans got all three branches and ain't done shit. I think if the Republicans would have like actually did something this time around, like they said they were going to, it would be a whole different ballgame right now. But they didn't because the goal isn't to just to do what they promised.
Right.
On the Epstein files, we don't get voting ID laws put in place for elections for the Save America Act. We don't get the full release and transparency of UFO files, JFK files, stopping these endless foreign wars, reinvesting in the United States.
America first.
You think? So all of these people are corrupt and they all continue to spin. We don't have Dr. Fauci behind bars. Like how many millions of people had
We're
to
not going to have Dr. Fauci behind bars because Trump calls himself the father of the vaccine. He actually thinks he saved millions of lives by making sure everybody got a vaccine in their arm. Or that's what they're telling him.
Yeah.
However, there have been vaccine injuries, and they just don't want to talk about it. You notice they don't talk about what happened during COVID. You know, when Kamala Harris and Trump had a debate, they never attacked each other or even discussed one time about that, the handling of it. That would have been a go-to.
And it was never talked about again.
So both parties agreed to shut the hell up.
die at his hands. He's not behind bars. So we want Nuremberg-style trials for what? For more jokes? For more lies? I don't know. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
That's redacted. That's redacted. I'll share this in the chat real quick. Click like and subscribe. I'm subscribed. It's one of my favorite channels. I like redacted. They're down to earth people. I think it's like husband and wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're down to earth. They really unbiased. They just Like you said, he sees through both sides. He's not loyal to one side or the other. He just wants America first. That's in campaign promises and shit. All right, but remember we were talking about Nuremberg trials are coming up. They're gonna hold all these people accountable.
Right.
Nope. They actually gave the Trump administration on the way out gave Fauci and that medal and Kushner
Medal of
for their
freedom.
handle, yeah, for
Right.
their handling of COVID.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
Yep, I remember that.
Fauci got a medal for his handling of COVID, even after telling everybody in 2017 that the next administration was going to be handling a pandemic. So they knew it was coming.
Right.
So then that tells you that it wasn't just a random thing that happened. It was planned. Event 201, simulated pandemic. Dark Winter 2001.
And he was talking about the Schofield Bible, right? And I wanted to read this real quick. This was from it was from a Facebook post. Aaron Prince shared it, but it says Israel is paying Trump's ally Brad Parscale, Trump's former digital consultant advisor on his 2016 and 2020 campaigns, 50 million to run AI written text campaigns, paid influencers, and conservative radio ads. It's part of a $730 million budget to reshape Israel's image as U.S. support hits record lows. Just a reminder for the Christians out there. He says he's not a Christian anymore, but I know the doctrine very well. Jesus came to fulfill the law of Moses and give a higher law. Jesus came as a spiritual Messiah, and the Jews were looking for a material Messiah who would liberate them from Roman occupation and restore their kingdom of Judah, a physical kingdom, right? The Jews rejected Jesus' message and ordered Pontius Pilate to crucify him because his teachings were a direct threat to Jewish law and the Jewish socio-political hierarchy. Jesus came to liberate them from themselves and the oppressive law of Moses, which had replaced God, right? I've studied Judaism and Kabbalah and I understand it very well, he says. And the Judaism is a materialistic religion. This is why they are hell bent on rebuilding Judea, and they are using the shared history of Christians and Jews to conjure up phrases like shared Judeo-Christian values to play on Christian sympathies. Zionism is not Christian doctrine, and there is zero reason for Christians to support the modern state of Israel based on any sort of religious affiliation. If anything, Christians should pity the Jews because they missed the boat and became part of the necessary opposition required to fulfill Jesus' atonement. In literal terms, they became part of the force that condemned God in the flesh, and their descendants rejected his message even to this day. Muslims revere Jesus. Hindus and Buddhists even revere Jesus. And the Jews spat on him, carrying the cross still spat on him to this very day. You don't owe them anything. You shouldn't fall for this propaganda.
Most people don't realize they're being propagandized and lied to.
No, in
You know that,
fact,
guys?
like
That's why I keep
sad.
repeating the fact that Smith-Monk Modernization Act in hopes that everybody will catch on and understand everything you're seeing on TV as it seems, and especially not how it's being presented by Trump or the person that's playing Trump right now. Right?
Right.
Release the Epstein list. Now they're saying it's never going to be listed. The original Trump said we're never going to attack Iran. Now he's saying, well, yeah, we got to attack Iran. The original Trump said NATO's outdated. Now we have a Trump saying we got to support NATO to the end. It's obvious they switched real Trump for fake. And we know this because if you look at the photographs from the NATO meeting, he's shorter than the real Trump. And everything he's saying is like 100% different from what he's saying before. We are dealing with a cult that has been used to writing a script and then having actors appear as politicians to carry out the script while ignoring the will of the people. The key to this is definitely Brigitte Macron, which is the name being used by Jean-Michel de Rothschild. The forensic evidence shows he is now running this Trump that we've seen since the Iran attack. French President Macron said that he called Russia's Putin for the first time since 2022 because there's been a regime change. Well, I thought there was a regime change in January when we had a Trump who was going to release the Epstein stuff and Kennedy files and the Martin Luther King files. And guess what? None of it happened. This is the same Trump who said he would end the Ukraine war immediately.
If you are looking for the hidden knowledge, if you want to find out who runs...
Did y'all get that? They're not doing the will of the people. Have y'all noticed?
No.
Every
not
time we
at
get
all.
them in there, they don't do anything they said they're going to do for us.
They're not for people.
Right. And somebody said we need to be able to hold them accountable. If they make campaign promises, there should be consequences if they don't fulfill those promises,
But
or at
we
least
don't. We should have all been saying something. We should have all been saying something when they didn't release. Well, they said they released the Epstein files, but that was just a joke, right? Nothing came of it.
Right. So we do the same thing every cycle, expecting a different result. We think this will be the one. This will be the time. I don't know. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they did that to you, what would you do? You know? There we go. So think about that. The first term, what he said versus what we're seeing now.
Right.
And we're headed towards losing a lot.
Really
And people are cheering on because they think they're
crazy
saving money.
times, right? Like even people, they think the money, like RV, this, that, right? That's not what your blessings are, right? They're spiritual gifts.
Yeah, they have to see it in the physical, right? They want everything in the physical, not spiritual.
Right.
She's like
Yeah, because
materialistic.
the material world, right? They love the material world.
Which is pretty much Trump. I mean,
Hmm.
he loves everything to be gold and
Hmm.
shiny and beautiful and big.
Look at the shit that's happening. You're going to sit here and tell me the fucking country's going great while the president of the United States kids are buying private islands with bunkers?
That doesn't sound like America's going to be great.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go move
It was a lie.
into an island?
It was a lie.
Why wouldn't you want to be seen in New York? Because you would be celebrated, right? That you saved America?
They know something's coming.
Yeah. They know something's coming. Look at how they're reacting. This doesn't look like
in their bunkers.
right. You want to go get an island with a bunker.
Mhm.
That doesn't. Why would you want to be on an island when you're fixing to make America great?
Now I'm working with my husband. We have this 1,400-acre island in the Mediterranean.
They're hiding the full picture of the Epstein files. They're hiding the full picture of everything. The Iran war. Like, is anybody over there talking about the petrodollar?
No.
Is anybody talking about the schizophrenic leadership that we're dealing with right now? Like this shit with Canada? Like, could you imagine like doing business with the U.S.?
No.
Like, look at
Right? Oh, crazy.
Yeah, we talked about that. The bunker thing. That doesn't make sense.
So like he like that redacted. He was talking about everyone's feeling it, right? And we saw some other podcasters there. They're feeling it. Everyone's feeling it, and it feels like
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
you want to reach so many people and warn them, and you can't, and it's frustrating, and it hurts because you don't want to see other people get hurt.
Or led astray.
Mhm.
Still,
But
even
you can't reach them.
you can't reach them, and they're still blindly following politicians after COVID.
All you can do is pray God can.
Man, it's
I
in
mean,
God's
God
hands
will.
at this
I mean,
point.
He can, but will.
It's in God's hands at this point. Something's
Yes.
coming. That's what they got the data centers everywhere. There's going to be some instability.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're putting big data centers all around the big cities. Right?
They're huge.
So why would you do that? So you don't have to put boots on the ground?
Yeah. If they're in their bunkers, they need some way to watch us.
Yeah. So once everyone wakes up and realizes what's taking place and it all unfolds, then they're going to want to make a change, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to start communicating with each other and organizing and stuff.
We're gonna be forced to come together
Hmm.
since we couldn't come together for anything because of all the fighting over stuff that's fake anyway. We're gonna be forced to come together and work together and have to.
One of the people in the chat said that the data centers are under military.
Yeah, military.
You
That's why they
can't
got the
go
big
by
tech.
what these fuckers on these other stations are saying. You can't. You just can't think that
No.
somebody's gonna fucking come and save you. Please stop thinking that, because
Yeah, the
that's why
military.
everybody's sitting on their hands every day and
Yep.
not sharing shit out, not talking about anything, not doing a freaking thing for yourselves. Stop thinking somebody's gonna come and save your fat ass from the boogeyman, because the boogeyman will come to your fucking door and knock it down. Take your gun, take your food. Don't wait for somebody to save you.
Yeah,
Right.
nobody's coming. If you haven't noticed, they're building around us, right? Look what they have up there in public. You think they love you? You
No.
think they love you,
No.
right? Department of War, DOD,
I mean, the
Operation Warp Speed.
entire military merged with the AI. They have huge contracts with them.
They just enlisted big tech into the military.
So you think the military's gonna come save us? No. They merged with them. It's big tech.
The military is for the corporation.
Yes. They follow
It's
the
the same as the
corporation.
cops. Same as the cops,
Yes.
judges,
Yeah.
lawyers, all of
All of
them.
it.
It's a
All of it.
corporation. It's a money and power. Money and
That's
power.
right.
And they use our military to go around and doing regime changes and taking over countries and destabilizing countries and stuff like that. Let's see. On top of that, we have the bunch of podcasters are getting talking points or direction from foreign nations,
Yeah.
and I could tell by their what they're talking about.
Just like what
The
I
topics.
just read. They're getting paid influencers to reshape how we look at everything for Israel, for all this, for the data centers, for everything, right? And if you don't research anything or haven't heard anybody talk about it, you're gonna fall for it.
So some of the podcasters start off like, let's see, let's see, I'll play a second right here. This is how it starts off, so I'll give you an example. Here you go. Here's one. I just came across this.
There is a dual threat in America right now,
Oh yeah.
and it is Islam.
Okay.
And I won't.
Talk point at. It's Islam is the threat. Islam. Did Islam freaking shut down the country and put needles in our arms?
They're putting
See what I'm saying?
the fear in you.
And this dude right here, see right off the bat, he's trying to show you what the threat is. And
Oh yeah, they're painting the picture.
They're painting the picture for
Trump is. They all are. Yep.
Say radical Islam, because I don't believe that's even a
They say radical Islam, radical leftist, radical this, radical that. Everything but the issue. Real issue.
Right.
So now this is a religious war.
Always has been.
So this guy's claiming to be a Christian right here.
Always has been from the beginning. I mean, since they started religion.
So do you think Jesus Christ would want us at war with our brothers? Or was he a peacemaker? He wasn't walking around, hey guys, that guy over there's a threat. John 3:16. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So they use religion to get you to hate
and justify it, whatever.
Somebody you never met.
Oh yeah, they're big on justifying.
Hmm.
Radical Islam. The boogeyman.
Genuine term for it. I think we should call it Orthodox Islam, meaning it's just Islam as is written. It's not a radical version of Islam. It is just Islam. We are seeing Orthodox Islam and communism on the
There's that other one.
They're all
Islam,
pushing that.
and he's
Communism.
adding communism and giving talking points here. Hell, I thought
Why,
it was.
why's everybody got to be joined up with something? Why can't people just be like what they're for? Like, why do you have to go join a gang? Just feel better? I don't get that part of this, the whole
Because this is
thing.
that's what a normal person or average person. This isn't just. You don't understand this guy right here. What his agenda. So, in order to influence groups, you have to identify as one of them,
Yeah.
right? And then you get manipulated into the propaganda, division.
rise in America. American lives are being taken right here in our country.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. You should have seen it during COVID at the hospitals and the protocols. People got put on ventilators. I guess that was Islam. Was that Islam?
Hands of those who have invaded our nation and wish to overthrow it.
Hmm. I wonder who's trying to destabilize our country right now with this war, with all these prices going up. Hmm?
They have no desire to assimilate. They have no desire to take on Western values, American values, traditional values. No, they want to bring their ideology here.
Damn, is he talking about Israel? No, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't talk about Netanyahu, would he?
And make no mistake, Islam is a political ideology close
Right along with all the other,
So is all the other ones.
all the other religions. When they
Everyone
took church and state and put it together, you got damn Christians.
They all make it political.
Yes.
Look what the Christians did with Trump.
Right.
I mean, they
Same.
went totally political.
And the Jews.
They're not supposed to.
So he's projecting. Right. So we all got to look at ourselves.
Yeah.
This guy has an agenda, pushing a narrative, and there's a lot of this going around.
cloaked
Right.
in a religion. Islam is not a religion. It is a political ideology that wishes to impose Sharia law everywhere that it goes.
Oh my gosh.
And we need to look no further than what has happened under the newly elected mayor, Zohran Mamdani,
Oh no,
who
They're
is
just scared to
a-
death of him.
Well, dude, he was okay. This guy must have been okay with Christopher Cuomo and what he did during COVID in New York. Huh? That was the first state to shut down.
I mean, they're painting the picture. Wants you to tell you who your enemy is, right? So you're going to be scared.
Isn't it crazy? A mayor of New York is like,
I didn't know one guy could have
Holy
so much
shit.
power to just turn everything, this whole entire country into communism.
you literally have to ignore all of Netanyahu's war crimes, dude. And you're not saying nothing about Netanyahu blowing up a schoolhouse full of girls in Iran, 200.
Right.
But it's Mondami, the mayor. He's gonna come in and try to take over America. You know what? And I'm glad this is happening because you're gonna have to face your fears.
Yeah.
Get over your bullshit. Right? This is America. Freedom
Yeah,
of religion.
We don't live in fear. Right?
We got freedom of religion here.
Yeah.
Right? It don't matter what your religion is. You can't. This guy right here doesn't respect his religion, which means he doesn't respect the Constitution either, and his right to worship as he sees fit. That's America. Not you're going. He's sitting here saying he shouldn't be the mayor of that because he's a Muslim.
I know.
You know that comes back around, right? It can be used against you. So treat others as you want to be treated.
That's right.
So here we go. We're good with this one? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on. All right, so pay attention to this. Stuff like this that's going around. All right. Here we go. There's another one.
Wherever you're standing right now, the map that proves the future and the past stands right above your head. What they tell you is the heaven.
Sounds kind
I
of,
know. I'm
yeah.
trying to turn it in. Go.
Isn't clouds and angels. It's your planetary system. They didn't give you the right map to figure out how this place works. Wherever you're standing right now, the map that proves the future and the past stands right above your head. What they tell you is the heavens isn't clouds and angels. It's your planetary system. And if you want to know the future, that's where you find the answers. As above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. We even see these things come up in the Bible, right? The three wise men, what were they following? All throughout holy books, you'll find that people were watching what was above them. Not only that, but you can look at monoliths, Stonehenge, all sorts of things. Hell, even the Georgia Guidestones. What were they watching? They were watching what was happening in the heavens. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What does that mean? Well, that book is the script that they are running on here. Well, that they're running you on, okay? They play by a different book. They understand the symbology in that and what that actually means. And then they give us, just like all the other religions, a different book. They're running on two different scripts. That's why you're getting that dualism, right? The black and white checkerboard floor, duality, good versus evil. They don't want you having the truth. So in the beginning was the Word, and they call that book the living Word. Do you understand who the Word is? It's you. It's all of us. We are the Word. We are the living Word and breath of creation. And we are what make things possible here. See, we were given the power to create. Evil can only create chaos, destroy, kill, and deceive. You are what makes life possible here. You are a human being. Your job is to be a human in a state of being. They don't like that. So they've tried to steal this place from you. They've usurped this place and tried to keep the Garden of Eden to themselves. And they do this by hiding the truth. The kingdom is within you. If you will go within, all other wisdom will be added unto you, just like it was for Solomon. And that is the truth. However, most people stumble here. And it's because they don't want to have self-awareness. They don't want to change the things that are happening within them. And they damn sure don't want to take accountability for the things that they've done to others. And if you're not willing to do that, you will not be given this knowledge. If you are pure of heart, you can get it, because you don't go around doing bad things to others, and you bridle your tongue and watch what you say that could cause those to stumble around you. I'm only making this video to give a little hint, because I think a lot of people are trying to understand what's happening here and why things are getting so crazy. The map's above you. Okay, it's as above, so below, as on earth as it is in heaven. But yet they vilified one and told you the other was holy.
Yep.
This is unbreakable. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you unmuted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Think about it. The looking glass, where they could see what was coming, because they know they read this. They read the astrology.
Alignments,
The looking
stars.
glass, the firmament is
What?
like molten glass.
They told
That's
you it
what
was
they're
evil.
reading.
They told you it was evil so that you wouldn't.
It's not a computer. That's how they do everything.
I mean, they knew when Jesus was going to be born by alignments.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The three wise men.
Yeah, they knew.
They were wise.
They know when every cycle is,
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Isn't that crazy? They told you the stars and all that.
They
was
told you
evil.
it was evil.
But however, in order to find Jesus, they had to look at the damn star alignments and then follow it.
Crazy.
Man, contradictions, man.
Because they didn't want us to know that.
Yeah.
How to read what was coming next. We could counter it.
Oh, and don't read anything outside of that book.
Right.
Isn't that crazy when they tell you and you actually listen and you believe that shit? When they tell you don't read any other books. Hmm. All right, so a lot of got that. Here's another one right here I want to play real quick. I'm gonna show you something.
Get that last bit from what he said, that they're profiting, but it does.
Not that one.
enshrined into law. The U.S. and well, the House went and did it. They passed the NDAA, which enshrined into law the U.S. and Israeli militaries merging together. This is a sad, dark day. I think that all of these people that have voted yes, most of them Republicans, have proven to be traitors to the country, and I don't use that word lightly. I do think
they took that APAC money. Well, this is the ultimate. See, this some can be shown, some can be told, others have to be shown. You're being shown.
Everything.
You're being shown.
they are traitors to the country. They knew about this provision. And they put it in anyway. They voted for it, knowing that it would end U.S. sovereignty. This is the most consequential thing that has happened in the history of our government, in my opinion. This is the single most consequential thing. This is the one thing that hands over control of our nation to a foreign terrorist country. Even if it wasn't a terrorist country, just a foreign country, the founding fathers would.
So they merged the militaries, right? And their military doesn't even want to go fight with ours when they have us go over there. You notice that? They sit back and let us do all that, the dirty work.
Be rolling in their graves. What did you idiot?
Because they want all the secrets. They want all of our access to everything. Missiles, all of our equipment.
Idiots do. You actually handed control over our military to a foreign government? Well,
damn. That should be all over the news.
Bad, man.
Why ain't it all over the news? How come all?
Because they're complicit too.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Because who owns it? That's the issue we're having, is reaching the rest of the population. Because we're in an echo chamber. Right? They got us all in echo chambers. We're not able to reach the masses through via the TV, ABC, NBC, CNN, Fox, stuff like that.
that's it. You're no longer your own country. That's the end. When you actually hand over your military power to a foreign government, you are no longer sovereign. That is.
But wait, I thought it was Islam. That dude just told us it was Islam. It was the biggest threat, and radical Islam. It was Mondani.
To worry about.
They want you to focus on the mayor of New York.
America when Israel's taking over.
Yes.
Well, merging with.
Hey, look at Mondani. Look at he's the mayor of New York. He's trying to steal our country. It's like, dude, are you really pull your head out of your ass?
Yeah,
I'm
not saying Mondani's good either.
No.
They're all part of the same system.
Right.
But they're trying to give you a boogeyman.
Yeah.
Scared to.
Look at the mayor in New York that just got elected, didn't he? He ain't been in there a year.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a year. So he must be overlooking this whole thing right here, right? Can't be this.
Is the end. There's no coming back from that. Total and complete idiocy. It's beyond that. It's treason. It's full.
Damn. It's tree season.
Tree season, yeah.
It's tree season.
Mm.
Republicans, 209 Republicans voted yes. 6 Democrats voted yes. And 1 independent voted yes.
Well, if you took the money, you probably had to. Something not good would happen to you.
Well, that blackmail they got on you, you know?
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
hate to have that come out. That party you attended, you know?
Yeah.
You think these people standing there don't realize what they're doing?
They know what
they're not
doing.
they're not
Yeah.
dumb.
No, they know what they're doing.
So this is like, and they all clapped. They clapped after they did it. I'm like, wow, okay. No longer a conspiracy theory anymore, is it?
Full-blown treason. What were these idiots thinking? This is the beginning of the end. You could argue all day. Well, no, it was when we allowed, Citizens United and all the money to flood into our political system, and AIPAC was able to grasp control of all of our politicians and the Epstein files. And they were able to blackmail our politicians. That stuff's all bad enough for sure. They had infiltrated us. They had blackmailed us. They had brainwashed us. They had bribed us, right? They'd done all of these things, but we didn't enshrine into law them actually having power over our military. And once you lose control over the military, you've lost it. That's it. That is the one thing that keeps you sovereign. That's the one thing that keeps you sovereign.
How many people in MAGA know this? Are even aware of what just took place? Or even in our country?
I mean, people were questioning it, but I don't think they realize how severe that actually is. How bad that actually is. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I think a lot of people are maybe like confused now that don't know like as much like we've known through the years. probably like freaking out. I don't know. But this is terrible. But this is what they've been doing, and the masks all came off
Yeah,
now.
the masks are off, guys.
Everything's being revealed, and it's ugly. It's ugly.
That's funny. Those false prophets were saying the masks were going to come off like a few months ago. I'm like, she don't even know what she's right,
Oh
but
yeah.
she thinks it's going to be somebody else, not who she worships. The masks are going to come off. You're going to see them for who they are. All right. So, is that saving Israel for last? I don't know. We'll see how this plays
Or
out.
if that's even true.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Or was that
Yes.
Right.
Another
was that
psyop.
There's another
a
psyop.
squad psyop?
Right.
Really? Think about that.
I don't think
Operation Truth.
I don't even think that's the original Netanyahu anyway.
No.
So,
I mean, you really can't trust none of that crap. They tell you these people are in Gitmo. There's no proof of that at all.
Right.
Nothing.
right.
Go look up. Go look. I posted it. It was the people from 9/11. You have
Right.
no proof of
Yeah.
nothing.
That's right.
But you do
I
have
told
proof.
you I've been sleeping. I was sleeping real well with that Gimel list. I was like, oh, good, we got them all. And it's like you turn around, and you think, no, the pricks are probably underground.
Right.
And the ones that are dead have already been announced dead.
And think about it. We should have been standing up. Instead, we're sitting there thinking that right
Somebody
now we're in
else.
control.
Well, they keep us divided.
Military's the only way.
They keep us divided, psychologically manipulated, and propagandized. It's on a level that you've never seen before.
And they did it very well because none of us could get together. I mean, look, the whole time we didn't even know about these data centers. We're sitting there going down rabbit holes and all sorts of stuff when we should have been to come together. Found that the researchers should have found that a long time ago. Instead, they redirected our attention, which they knew that was going to happen.
Right.
And then we didn't find it until it's too late. They're already built.
So that way you can't oppose them
We didn't. Yeah.
at the
So
numbers you need.
Remember, you read that article about the military can't step in because then that would be the military becoming the king or whatever.
yeah,
So that
they would
yeah,
be the government, and that's not good either,
right.
right? Because even when they do a regime change, sometimes they never leave, right? Just get the military and
Well,
might
look at
just
Iraq.
stay there.
Look at Iraq.
Yeah,
They've been there 20, 30 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Now,
don't leave.
why are you over there?
You
Because
never get it back.
they still got a hand because they're trying to make that greater Israel. All of that. That's why they went in Iraq. Then they go in Iraq to Iran. World domination. But it's
So I mean, honestly, you can't trust in any of these people.
yeah.
Don't even put your hopes in it. You put your whole faith in God, and that's what
it.
you're gonna have to do.
Good.
Trust the people are going into the courts and fighting for us that way.
Yeah.
Those
I mean,
people.
the people that are fighting back, yeah, standing up and saying this ain't right, but we have to trust each other. But I'm talking about anybody in the government, in any of that stuff. I wouldn't put my faith in that
Yeah,
at all.
if they tell you the vaccines are totally safe and effective, again, like Trump did, when he said he got his, you should get yours. You should probably listen. Not think about that. All those commercials, the TV.
See, there's a lot of people that just don't get it, and I don't know when they will. That they're so wrapped up in their heads are so far up their own asses, honest. So, if people people that really do get it, they need to stop spending money. Like, just stop spending money. Like, if you don't need it, you don't get it. Like that, like buying like concert tickets or something that has to do with any kind of going to entertainment, any of those people, these political people, stop giving them airtime by watching them. Like, take like a 3-day fast from the the TV. If you can do that, you'll feel a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, more clarity.
Yeah, propping these people up.
More clarity.
Even though it just takes you. Like everybody thinks that, oh well, just me, I'm not going to make a difference. Well, yeah, if you and then the next guy and the next guy and the next guy start doing it, then we all benefit from it. It's
There's
don't feel
power
so
in numbers.
small.
You don't have to. It doesn't take a lot of people. It takes powerful people that's determined. That's all it takes. But you can't. A lot of people like just ignore it, just to pretend like this isn't here. The whole point of this is you're supposed to be fighting for your country, and we haven't been. We let them take it over. This even more and more and more. It's crazy.
Right. And then these journalists that you think are journalists from Fox that are at the White House, those are controlled ops too. They're not going to ask the tough questions to this man's on the screen.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
None of them ask him anything
Or
that we
challenging
want to ask.
questions. Yeah.
You got Steve Ducey, that freaking leftover. What the hell were they? Yuppies for on Fox and Friends in the morning. That guy, what an ass! He's a humongous ass. So they have his son in the press room for Fox. So you
Right.
think that's not planned? That's not. Come on, like
Yeah, it's all
stop
controlled.
falling
Keep it in
for
the
it.
family. Yeah, these aren't real journalists. Now listen to this. I'm glad you brought up his name.
Story, not Iran. There's this nasty parasite that is giving people.
So he had one question to ask Trump. He asked him about the diarrhea.
Oh,
Can you believe that shit?
Holy shit, that's Steve Ducey's son,
Yes.
Peter.
And he's
Peter,
asking about the diarrhea. That was his question to this man.
he needs to get rid of his
That's
diarrhea.
what it's a joke. We're not a serious country.
No,
You got one question you want to ask about explosive diarrhea standing in the Oval Office, right? This is Fox News for you. With all the shit that's going on, people want to talk about diarrhea.
9 states, explosive diarrhea. When is it going to be safe to eat lettuce?
Damn, Trump's face looks like shit. Where's the
like
orange?
Trump knows when it's supposed to be safe to eat lettuce. Like he knows that.
What?
That's what he asked
When
them.
is it going to be safe to eat lettuce again? I didn't know it wasn't safe. Who said it wasn't safe to eat lettuce?
Because
See the
it's
psyop?
all over the news. The lettuce is carrying some bacteria or
Oh, it's like the cases, the COVID cases?
fecal matter or whatever. Huh?
Like the COVID cases
Yeah.
that no longer exist anymore all of a sudden? They just disappeared? Now that everybody's vaccinated?
Again.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. It's the first time I've been asked that question. Are you eating lettuce recently?
See how stupid this shit is?
there's nothing funny. There's nothing funny in that room at that moment. Nothing funny should be talked about. Nothing.
They're not serious people at all.
No, they're making fun of us.
Yeah, they're mocking us.
Because it's working. They know how to. I can't believe they went viral. Of everything that's been put out, that's been suppressed, explosive diarrhea went viral.
Yeah, I know.
How do they make things like that go viral? If they can make that be a viral topic, then they can make everything else go viral. The truth that we've been trying to get out, right? But that doesn't go viral at all.
I should always have more lettuce.
You want to get the hell out of here, Peter. No, it's a very interesting question from you. I didn't think you'd ask that kind of a question. Nobody wants to ask that question. But
Well, that kind of question, Ducey.
well, it's exciting.
There's this.
Give that man a Pulitzer, whatever prize,
Pulitzer.
right? Give him a
Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah,
Peter
some kind of
Deuce.
award for being the.
Yeah, Peter Deuce. His name is
asking-
Ducey. Those two, oh my god, that guy. The yuppies were not cool the first time around, and to be a prolonged version of a yuppie, this guy says pickleball like on a daily basis. Unbelievable, but believable.
So, congratulations to Peter Ducey for asking a hard-hitting question we've all been waiting to hear from Trump about. You're brave, sir. Totally brave.
You have to convince your community how great these things. You can't fight it.
See that? You hear that? You
That's
have
like
to convince
defeat
them.
defeatist,
Listen to that.
right? Don't even try, basically.
You have to convince them. Why do you got to convince them? They should be just. Why do I have to convince somebody that they're good?
Because people know
Must
that
not
they're
be.
not.
Must not
I
be.
posted
I
what
think
it
that's what
all
that means.
does
Yeah.
and how long it's been going on and how people fought. People fought to get these. They didn't have enough people, and they posted petitions. Like in 2011, they started posting petitions to stop the data centers, and at the time, Facebook was blocking the like firewalling it, where it wouldn't get out. So they didn't have enough people. They couldn't do anything, and then it just kept expanding. Then they took it to the courts, and it got struck down.
So they were
Struck down.
Yeah. They were stonewalling them from getting the
Stonewalling,
message out to
yes.
get other people to show up.
Uh-huh.
Same thing right here.
They were trying to tell everyone about the data centers.
You know
Didn't
what?
go nowhere.
The top of those data centers looks like Legos.
So
It
the media ignored that.
Totally.
The journalists ignored that. Why would a journalist that wants to win Emmys or whatever awards ignore one of the biggest stories like that?
Because those are all
would rise up and question it, and they would have been able to stop it. Now it's too late.
So we don't have real these mainstream media people aren't real journalists.
No.
They're all fake awards. Every one of those awards was fake, especially like when Will Smith went up and slapped that guy on stage. It's all scripted.
Yeah, it's fake.
Every one of those awards, it's all fake. It's all bullshit. Like even waiting 20 or even brushing your teeth right after you eat, you're not supposed to do that. It's that messed up. Like they have lied to us. That little thing, that little thing that can actually hurt your teeth. You're supposed to wait you can wait like 30 minutes or whatever. Like it's that everything they have lied about everything.
That one bothered you? Brushing after you eat?
Oh, there's so many.
Really bothered you?
Every every lie bothers me. Like every lie, I can't take liars. I just
so you're saying I can't brush my teeth after I eat? That's not good.
No. Like it goes that basic. Like if you're going that basic, then they'll lie about anything if they're going that basic. Oh, serious dislike going on.
All right. So today or tonight, we need to start thinking about how we're going to convince our neighbors that this police surveillance military state is amazing.
We need to be telling them about them and pull up what they do.
That's what I'm still trying to figure out. What are the functions? Isn't that
they want all our data, and then they're going to sell it. They've been selling it to market, but they're going to be selling it to law enforcement.
Yeah,
all
the FBI
that.
buys it. Law enforcement buys the
data. Your data is a commodity.
They're going to go in there and they're going to be like, hey, I need a sheepdog's data. And like, all right, $500.
Your data is a commodity.
Oh shit! Yours would be like $1,500.
I mean, it's crazy, and
they got it. And
they want full control over everything.
Right.
Everything.
It's almost like we did all these crimes.
I mean, they were even talking about how they wanted to tokenize the tree. If you cut down a tree, you have to pay for that.
Damn.
They want to tokenize your water. They want to tokenize all nature. Shoot. If you kill a bee, you could get charged for that. They're nuts. These people are crazy.
They're going to turn us into like a damn video game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like
that's why I said watch that movie, that series Upload. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. It's going to be like a video game.
Mm-hmm. They're creating a false matrix where they control the players.
You have to convince your community how great these things. You can't fight it. You have to go with it. And you're going to have all that protection, and we're giving you automatic protection, but you're going to make a tremendous amount of money. You're going to reduce taxes, and you're going to have something that if you don't have it, everybody else wants it. So these are the smartest people. Most of you in this room, we have a couple probably on the other side of things. They disagree, but.
Did he run on this? Is this one of his campaign promises?
He didn't mention them.
He didn't mention them, did he? Then why is he trying to convince you to go along with it?
So but the data centers are not a lost hope.
500 rallies. I didn't say shit about it.
Don't make it a lost hope. The states we still have the Constitution. We still can take control of it.
People are stopping them
right?
in certain areas.
Yeah, oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's working.
But we can also have AI. We can centralize it, regulate it, privatize it away from the big corps. That we don't. It's not a dead end. We have options.
Right.
We just got to act on them.
I don't know how they can disagree. Your community and your state's going to become rich, and there's very.
Your community and your state is going to become rich.
That's what their offering says.
Oh wow!
Sounds like.
Hell yeah! I'll take the fiat money for you stealing my data.
See, that's how they sell it.
Yeah, give me that paper you print up.
Money.
Give me that paper you print up
Mhm.
for your rights. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Here, we're going to give y'all some paper that we print up for you. Let us install these things in your neighborhoods and to collect your information and data.
A little disruption. And again, if you don't take all that money, somebody else is going to take it.
It's that hot, man. People are waiting in line for these data centers. Everybody's requesting them.
Right, and it's unregulated, totally unregulated right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's scary, right?
Might as well do it yourself. So.
Yeah, everybody's wanting to do. Look, you're going to get money. Don't worry about it.
Hey, how many times have I gotten a notice from Verizon or AT&T? Oh, sorry, we got hacked, and all your information is out there somewhere.
Right, it's vulnerable.
Oh, wait till the Y2Q comes into effect.
Right.
Everything will be hackable.
Everything.
You just really need the one wrong person to be on a shift and your stuff sitting in front of them, like your numbers or whatever it is sitting in front of them, and your stuff's all over the place.
Well, that's what I said. When we went on the World Wide Web, right, they unleashed that without any kind of barriers on it. So that's why we have like we've read, there's people from other countries that influence our citizens politically. They also they pose as like one of the parties, like a Republican or a Democrat, and they have bots. You don't know what you're getting is even true, right?
A lot of bots, and
Yeah.
people are sharing the bots and or on bot channels on Telegram, sharing that shit to my channel. I see that all the time. You guys are sharing information from bot channels, not real human beings on the other side.
Right.
You got to ask yourself, who owns the channel that you're on? That's pushing that
you're
narrative.
supposed to look at the thing, and there's a way you can check.
But the channels need to have a human on the other side of it. You know what I mean? If you're on a channel and there's no human, but it's got all these posts.
They said the bots come
propaganda.
from Cuba, China, Israel. Yeah, there's a lot. They influence what you think, and sway you politically, mostly politically.
Bots.
Yeah, they're just safe, secure biometric. Yeah, go give your biometric for some Nassara, some Jasara, or RV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to give up your biometrics to make sure they can insure you, so you can have access. Here's another one that you notice nobody wants to talk about this.
As a result of my vaccine injury.
Nobody wants to talk. Why is this being swept under the rug and pushed in the back corner?
Because people would freak out if they heard that.
As a result of my vaccine injury, I was forced into medical retirement at just 46 years old. A career that I loved ended abruptly with no opportunity to choose when or how it would end. These conditions are dynamic, they're evolving, and they're not well understood. This journey ultimately led me to the United States in 2023 and again in 2024, in search of private medical care, specialized diagnostics, selling my dental practice, crowdfunding, and eventually brain surgery with a biopsy to relieve brain compression. $148,000 for the brain surgery alone. No one in Canada would help me. They would see the onset of my injury and reject the referrals. Since then, I've been diagnosed with numerous neurological and immune-mediated conditions, and it would take years of self-advocacy to be seen. These conditions continue to progress rapidly, as they do for many Canadians across this country, and without early recognition and medical care, the prognosis is poor. We are still living with the consequences of the past 6 years. The exhaustion, the division, the distress, the damage that never truly healed. There has been no acknowledgement, no meaningful support, no medical care where promised, no accountability. A society that refuses to learn from its past eventually relives what it failed to confront. I live with vision loss, nerve damage, loss of feelings throughout my face and my limbs, and ongoing white matter brain lesions. I experience difficulty maintaining upright position, balance impairment, and relentless neurological pain. Sharp electric shocks, burning sensations, zapping, pain, numbness occur every single minute of every single day for 5 years. Brain inflammation, all due to an immune response that has never resolved. Ongoing cystic masses in multiple organs, including my brain. I spend 90% of my life homebound, bedbound.
If we don't face that, it's going to happen again. Guess what? I was in the car the other day and I heard a commercial for the COVID-19 vaccines, and I was like, damn, the things are still out on the shelf. People are still advertising and pushing them.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 66. No, ascending's not about digital. I mean, it will take you into another dimension, maybe not the one we want to be in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's inner work. That's inner work. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be regulated later or something, but right now,
No, for 10 years. Right. Hold on, let me
it's
pull this
not
up.
regulated at all.
Let me show y'all real quick.
And they haven't even secured any kind of hacking's going on all the time. They could hack right into anything you have, any money you got, wipe you out.
Yeah, they got it. You're talking about the U.S. House of Representatives has passed a proposal for a 10-year moratorium on state-level regulations concerning artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
aiming to create a unified federal approach to AI governance. 10 years.
10 years.
Okay.
But like I said, that's the government, the federal. The states can regulate how they want it in each state. So they can say no. Your state can say no. They can regulate it. They can do it. So you have to. That's why we said always get locally, right?
And also, you can have build publicly owned AI too.
Yes, private.
Let me get these banners off. Sheepdogspets.com. Yeah, how to build publicly owned AI.
Yes.
You want to go into that?
We need some thing.
So building publicly owned AI means creating AI infrastructure and systems that are owned, operated, and governed by public entities,
Yes.
such as governments, nonprofits, or public research institutions, so they serve the common good rather than for the private profit motives.
Right.
So you got core principles of public AI. Public access is one. Ensure affordable, universal access to essential AI tools for all citizens. You have public accountability. You can maintain democratic oversight and public participation in AI development. And then you have permanent public goods. fund, and operate AI systems to ensure they remain available for future generations.
So this is how you resist them, right? Resisting the consolidation of AI, government, and corporate power in the United States. The consolidation of artificial intelligence with federal agencies, major technology corporations, and military infrastructure. Because remember, they're all merged together with it, right? So, how do you go against all that? Right? So, when these institutions integrate their data systems, surveillance capabilities, decision making tools, the balance between public authority and institutional control can tilt sharply. So the American public is not powerless. The country's legal framework, civic traditions, and decentralized political structure still give the people meaningful leverage if they choose to use it. That's the key. We have to use it. AI is not simply a new technology, it's a force multiplier. When combined with federal intelligence agencies, big tech, data collection infrastructure, and military automation systems, it creates a unified power center capable of influencing everything from policy to public policy to economic behavior. This raises concerns about privacy, autonomy, and democratic oversight. But American governance is intentionally fragmented. Power is distributed across states, courts, agencies, and the public. That fragmentation is exactly what gives people room to push back. So, first, resistance. There are the mechanisms that historically reshapes national policy and institutions move faster. Public pressure, campaigns, mass public pressure has repeatedly forced corporations and government agencies to change course. When public sentiment becomes loud, organized, and sustained, institutions adjust and avoid reputational damage, economic consequences, and political fallout. Second is state level regulation. States have the constitutional authority to regulate data, privacy, surveillance, and AI deployment. Because companies prefer uniform national standards, strong state laws often become de facto national laws. So just because it's unregulated federally, the states can still regulate them. 3. Target voting on regulation. Ballot initiatives, local ordinances, and public comment period allow citizens to directly influence rules governing AI, surveillance, and data use, often with surprisingly low turnout. So you don't need huge numbers.
Right.
You just need people showing up.
The creator didn't need a whole lot either.
That's right. Meaning small groups can have outsized impact. Building alternative institutions like open source AI, decentralized platforms, and community owned data system offers ways to reduce reliance on corporate or government controlled technology. Legal challenges: courts can block or restrict AI systems that violate constitutional rights. Many major surveillance programs have been overturned through lawsuits brought by ordinary citizens. Whistleblowing and journalism. Transparency shifts public opinion. When insiders expose misuse or overreach, it forces institutes to justify or abandon controversial programs. The non obvious reality: people don't need to stop AI entirely. They don't need to dismantle government or corporations. They only need to force its limits,
Right.
transparency, and
You
accountability.
gotta tell these bastards, not today.
And American civic structure still allows that, right? So we have to get involved. The most effective resistance is organized, persistent, legally grounded, and focused on specific outcome rather than broad outrage.
Yeah.
Right? So we sit there and bitch about it, or we've got to actually stop it in your town, wherever.
Solutions.
Come up, say what y'all want. You want this, regulated.
And they gotta listen.
Put pressure on them. They have to.
And she said you don't need many people to do it.
You don't.
And guess who's invested in those data centers? Nadine, guess who's invested in the data
What
centers?
all the people
Yes.
with money, all the people that have power.
Yeah.
Give me a name.
Well,
Here, I'll help you.
there's that
I'll help you. Look on the screen.
that teal guy.
Here, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Here we go. This guy right here.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
He's
He's invested in the data centers, guys. That's why I told you. Just accept it. Okay. Big shocker. Conflict of interest, federal conflict of interest, do you think?
Yeah.
To be sitting in that seat and profiting off the things that are. I wonder why he didn't mention it when he was in the day.
So look, don't focus on what they're doing in D.C. That doesn't matter.
No.
They want to do everything just crazy, but we still have power within our states. That's where our power stays. That's where we need to focus
And that's
on.
where it's always been.
Yes.
They get y'all caught up in this federal shit looking at D.C. all damn for years on end and never realizing locally is where it's at. That's why I refer you back to your state constitutions. Right?
Right.
Are you a citizen of your state or are you a U.S. citizen of a corporation? You choose. Here we got Eric and Donald Trump gave a Trump bump to this hot stock. Investment and banking holding company Domirion Holdings announced on February 11th that Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, two sons of President Donald Trump, joined the company's board of advisors and investment. A week later, Domirion said it informed a new company with the Trump brothers to build data centers.
Yeah.
Data centers, drones.
This shit's just creepy. Anybody that wants more people looking at you, I just don't get them. It's creepy.
They call them data center
Well,
Don.
look, if we make alternative, decentralized platforms away from theirs, what's going to happen to all that? They're going to lose all that, right? It will go down. So
Yeah.
no one's going to trust it to use it.
Right.
Donald Trump is the AI president. He wants to go down in history as the AI president. He wants Melania Trump to go
Which
down
is
in
what?
history as.
Remember they said Trump was going to be the 19th president?
Is AI.
1 is A, 9 is I.
They
AI.
aren't lying.
He even told you. Remember they said something about him in court and he goes, maybe it was AI.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm. When they had that blood on his hand?
Yeah, he had
and
blood
they
on his
asked about
hand.
it when he came out of the courthouse?
Even the bruises on his
He
hand.
said, I don't know, maybe it's AI.
Remember at the White House he had the bruises on his hand? Whatever that was AI.
Probably. I mean, they can put anything on there.
And they got all the Democrats looking at him. It looks like his body's deteriorating. And they're like, hey, Trump's fixing to die. He's sick.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I think he's trolling y'all or something.
Yeah, another psyop.
Or it could be just AI doing it.
Donald Trump is the AI president. He
19.
wants to go down in history as the AI president. He wants Melania Trump to go down in history as the AI first lady, as the friendly face of the AI takeover, who right now
DT's digital twin
is grooming American kids into an AI surveillance state future, the AI surveillance state that is being powered by the very data centers Donald Trump is telling the American people to stand down and allow themselves to be steamrolled by right now. The data centers that are being constructed, being funded, being utilized by his political backers, by his political puppeteers, the puppeteers of both sides of the aisle. This isn't exclusive to either side of the fake political aisle. Democrats, Republicans, whatever these people want to call themselves, every step of the way, they've...
Yeah, remove the titles and just look at their actions and their history. Have they ever done anything for you?
No.
No, I've never in my life.
Propped up the data center degradation of this country. And by the way, the NDAA Section 219, it sells American data out to Israel. It turns those data centers by law into...
I thought it was Islam. That dude, other guy's lying. He said it was Islam was our greatest danger. Radical Islam.
Propaganda.
Wow, we're being misdirected, ain't we?
Yes.
Crazy. That's how you take over a country.
That's why you just don't listen to any of that stuff.
Yeah, when you start blaming religions and shit.
Yeah, then we don't fall for it.
And then they portray themselves as Christians.
away the NDAA Section 219. It sells American data out to Israel. It turns those data centers by law into Israeli surveillance centers.
Yeah. Awesome. That's why they had to merge them.
Yes.
That's why they had to merge the two.
So it sounds really bad, and it is, but it's not, because they're trying to act like they're trying to act like they have all the power, because they don't want you to remember you do, and we can change this, we can reshape this the way we want to.
Yep.
Right? They have very little power, but they will if we let them.
They could make this go on for the rest of our lives. They really could.
For some of us, it will. Yes.
What?
For some of us, it will go on for the rest of our lives. Some people are older, babe.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's that long.
They got 10 years on it, right? Just from.
Well.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't know.
It's gonna take. Yeah, it's not gonna be a.
Unless we all come together and start really moving.
Okay.
That's the idea.
But they're keeping us divided. If Trump wanted us to come together, he wouldn't be dividing us.
I don't know.
Unless
they start. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's leaving it God's hands.
That's right.
Yeah, but the whole with God, I thought about this today. God, like us, years of our lives is just a second in his or her, whatever. So, we're only alive for a certain amount of time, and if God is, just blinking and it's like 15 years, and then, whatever, it's much better to just fight it and stand up for yourself and just help other people see it. I think a lot of us have gone out there and looked raving mad, like what we've talked about in the past, and I think we have to get to basics, bring up the data center since everybody can understand that, and bring up flock and all that stuff, and not get into the heavier, like the adrenochrome, like not getting into that stuff.
What we got the issues we need to deal with now.
Right.
What's going on right now, what's coming, and how we can change the course of it. Right? We have the ability. It's in our powers in our hands. We still have our Constitution. We still have states' rights. Before we lose that, we're not going to, but we almost did.
So right? Israel's taking over our country. We're occupied. I know we were told it was China, right? It's not.
Right.
Okay. I do not like data centers. Sam, I am. I do not like data centers with green eggs in ham. I do not like them with a box. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them in a car. I do not like them from near or far. I do not like data centers, Sam, I am. I do not like them one bit at all. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them in my house. I do not like them anywhere, especially somewhere near my house. I do not want you polluting my lake. I do not want you fucking up my air. I do not want you data centers. I do not want you anywhere.
I do not like data centers. Sam, I am. I do not like data centers with green eggs and ham. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them in a car. I do not like them from near or far. I do not like data centers.
Man, that's a lot of data.
Sam, I am. I do not like them one bit.
Hey, look, they can't build housing for homeless, but they can build a data center.
Yeah.
Right. The AI is not going to go. It's not going to go away.
No, AI's been here since.
And it can advance us. It can make our life easier, but unrestricted could turn into like Terminator, right? That's what the Terminator movie was about. Like, so we have to put restraints on it. We have to mold it, shape it the way that's safe, where it all works out for the better. It can be turned for the better.
The psychos can't be in charge of the nut house like that. They cannot be in charge of it.
No.
The truly nuts, the ones that want to depopulate us, they can't be in charge of it. That's it.
So they were going to crash the housing market if they built new houses, but
Yeah.
they don't mind.
First of all, they need to change the amendment on the Constitution to not make these corporations be able to be as persons. They get constitutional rights.
Did you know that? The corporation does.
Yeah.
You don't know that?
That's crazy.
Corporation gets constitutional rights.
That needs to be changed. And then that would change a lot of this. Their ability to do a lot of those things as a person with rights.
I'm just glad Israel gets control over all this and not Islam. I want to be tracked and traced and monitored by Israel, not Islam.
I do not like them in my house. I do not like them anywhere, especially somewhere near my house. I do not want you pulling my leg. I do not want you fucking up my air. I do not want you data centers. I do not want you anywhere.
They got money for wars but can't feed the poor. You know this? So they call it socialism when you build things for the homeless and stuff like that. It's socialism when it's not free. It's crazy when they want something done, how fast they can do it. But when it comes to us, the people, they have to take a vote on it, right?
Right.
And discuss it back and try to figure it out in the budget. Where'd all this money come from?
Right?
Who did this?
Those
What
things
bill
are
was this?
massive. You know how much money
Who's funding
that is?
this? Who's funding this?
Probably us. I don't know. I don't know where they get the money from. Maybe they don't.
Well,
They can just
think
print
about
it.
it.
They can just use.
Big Tech gets all the money from us because we buy their shit.
Right? Yeah, true.
All these companies, corporations, and then they don't turn around and do humanitarian things. They do this, right? Which could be beneficial to us, right? This ain't fear porn, like it's total takeover of America, like a data center. But it's just crazy what they could do when they want to do it, and the excuses they come up with when the people ask for something. Here we go. So Benjamin Netanyahu admits that his plan to merge the Pentagon and the Israeli military will be forced upon Americans. The House has just passed NDAA. This provision merges U.S. and Israeli defense technology across AI, cyber, weapons, and supply chains. Netanyahu called it his idea. Wow. He called it his idea. And we went along with it? What if Xi Jinping said, you know what, I want to build data centers in America. Oh, good idea, Xi. Come on over. Would we do that?
No, but they allowed it because everyone was just used to that. The Allies, friendly, the Holy Land. See how they shaped it so everyone would be okay with it?
Oh, yeah.
But people woke up to that, so.
Yeah, well, a little too late.
It's never too late.
I think this is Netanyahu 3.0 or maybe 2.0. I don't know which one version of this is.
Drawing down of foreign aid from.
So he's the president of the corporation, APAC, of the United States, which is not a country, but a company, a corporation.
Yeah.
Here he is. This is your president on the screen right now.
The crown is actually.
Here's your president.
Just one of their, the crown is actually.
Yeah.
That's the same. They're all the same thing.
Well, he might as well be our president. He's been in office for 20, 30 years now. Several administrations in a row. He's right there.
The United States to Israel be compensated by the proposal to have a merging of some sort between our Pentagon and your military?
Yeah, I'm calling it from aid to partnership. So we take away the money that is given to Israel, which is one part, but the other part is we co-invest in equal measures in the new technologies that are needed to give our military and your military the advantage. So there are some unbelievable projects. So we invest jointly and take the fruits equally. You move from aid to partnership, and I think that represents what Israel is. And remember, the other thing is that we share with America unbelievable intelligence.
No, you don't. Yeah, horrible intelligence. Actually, you lied about the weapons of mass destruction. Now you're lying about the nukes in Iran.
No, he's talking about spying on us, intelligence.
I know, but his intelligence is not good. It's
I
always a
know.
lie to get us into some shit because he wants something destroyed in another country. He wants us to do his dirty work, so he lies about a situation to have us invade a country.
Oh yeah.
You don't want Iran to have nukes, do you?
Save American life. General Keegan has said that when he was working in American intelligence, what Israel was giving the United States was worth, he said, 5 CIAs. I don't, I'm not trying to be mathematical.
What did he say?
5 CIAs.
American intelligence. What Israel was giving the United States.
The United States was worth
5 CIAs.
He said 5 CIAs. I don't, I'm not trying to be mathematically exact, but Israel's contributions to America's defense are important. Our technology is incredible. And since yours is incredible too, and you're the great champion
Yeah, but you use the technology for evil, dude.
of liberty and free markets, I think the meshing of our two great countries of talent would strengthen America's position, competitive position, both in the economic marketplace and in the military battlefield in many important ways. So that's the idea. The idea is to take away aid, one-sided aid, and move it into, bilateral investments for common benefit.
Will that
There you go.
See, you don't even know if they're really sitting there. Like that says
Right.
New York right there. That could be CGI. They could actually be just
It
characters.
doesn't
I
matter.
don't
People believe it, so therefore.
I know. If they could see, like if
What
you
if it's
could
been
look
there
at
the
it
whole
like
time?
that and think that could all just be bullshit. The streets of New York is just being put in there on the screen for you. It's not them sitting in front of a window. So if we can have people understand that it's really bullshit. They're just lying, like the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Sitting there with their coffee. Let me chit chat to this fucker. Yeah,
Well,
you go ahead and chit chat to that fucker.
they've used some videos CGI of Netanyahu already a few times, and people can't tell the difference.
Well, they were already talking about the news. What was it? I forget what news station it was. How they were using their digital twins.
DT.
You
Donald
can
Trump.
tell on some of them. Look at the newscasters. They're like the guy's shoulders will be real small, and they look too perfect looking.
No wrinkles on the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
They've been using digital twins already.
you ever notice the broadcasters in the morning are up bright and early, and they're like look like it's midday, and they're like
they
wide
Right.
awake.
Yeah.
Right.
How are you that wide
perky.
awake at 5 in the morning? But
Uh-huh.
anyways, that's all we got for tonight. I got a few more things, but we're gonna get into that on the next one. We got doubles, triples, CGI, AI images of politicians and people on TV. Be mindful, think for yourself. If someone on TV tells you that vaccines are totally safe and effective, do your research. Look at
Right.
AI telling you that, and you think it's a human being. Now, guess what? Who can't go to jail? Who are you gonna lock up?
And disclosing all this, right? All this disclosure, it sounds scary, right? But that's
Yeah.
when your power steps in, because that's our responsibility to take control over these things, right? That's probably why Trump undid it, made it unregulated. We have to fight back to regulate it.
Right.
That's how
See,
we gain our power back.
He did the father of the vaccine, and then he's like the father of AI. It's in the data
Yeah.
center. So it's like two of the most evil freaking things going, and he wants to say he was the dad.
Mhm. Yep. But he's challenging us
Because he's told
wherever he is.
he was told he saved lives during COVID.
Yeah.
Millions of lives, sir. Sir, you saved millions of lives by getting everybody vaccines at Operation.
Well, I thought so. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna hurt people that don't know anything, and the more that people don't help out, the more people will just get hurt. I don't know. I don't like living with that.
Have faith in humanity and each other, man. We'll be all right.
Yes.
This is where we take our power back.
Yep.
It's just a corporation, guys. Hey, come on. It's a building. It's AI. It's all invisible. Nothing, you know.
And they're not as powerful as you think.
Right.
That you give them too much power.
It's not like they
don't have that power.
It's not like they
you do.
Right.
Your neighbor does. Your community does. Your state does. So there is hope in humanity, right? Have faith in humanity.
Yeah, I have faith in humanity.
And the reason why I brought up the creator of God is because it's going to take an act of God to get everybody together, because that's the only way to break through these barriers of division and not being able to reach people.
Yeah.
Because of the walls that they have up.
And we've been in our own little bubbles for so long.
Social media has us all at home.
I think there will be something that's going to make something. I don't know what it could be. It could be a something go down, a hacking, whatever, a drill.
Baby drills.
Right, that the people can't go to work or something, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the people will start talking to each other and say, hey, start telling. That's when you start talking. That's when you start getting organized. How are you going to do all this?
Yeah.
How do you think they did it back in the day? They didn't even have internet.
No, they met at the churches.
There you go.
Or in buildings where they got, wherever they kind of make it private in their homes. They did it in their homes.
Yeah, people hung out together. Like they had people over for the, on Friday or Saturday night or Sunday, whatever.
Yeah, if you wanted to send somebody a message, you had to actually walk it to them.
Yeah.
You could just hit send. You had to get off your ass.
I will just go talk to them.
Yeah. You had to take the letter and hand it to them.
Okay, thank y'all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love y'all.
Stop speaking. They say you can't wake anybody now. Too many blinders pulling people down. But every day the cracks begin to show, and deeper truths are rising from below. People feel it in the air they breathe. Something shifting underneath the streets. Questions growing louder every day, while the headlines try to look away. No, this isn't fear we're bringing to the light. It's love enough to warm before the night. If I stay silent while the storm rolls through, then what kind of heart would I be showing you? We can't stop speaking, we can't look away. Too many signs are rising every day. The world keeps changing faster than we knew, and truth keeps breaking through the views that say division. This is care enough to try to help each other see beyond the lies. Awareness is the flame we carry through, because real love tells the truth. Massive towers humming day and night, data centers glowing out of sight. Machines learning every move we make, tracking every breath and every wake. Power brokers buying up the land, APAC taking seats with hidden hands. Money moving faster than the law, while the people stand in shock and awe. Digital chains wrapped in shiny gold, even if they mock us when we speak. A seed of doubt is planted every week. We can't stop speaking, we can't look away. Too many signs are rising every day. The world keeps changing faster than we knew, and truth keeps breaking through the view of the same division. This is care enough to try to help each other see beyond the lies. Awareness is the flame we carry through, because real love tells the truth. Now I won't hate the ones who disagree, cause once I walked to sleep so easily, but now the veil is tearing thread by thread, and people finally question what they're fed. The future's hanging somewhere in between human souls and cold machine regimes. But if enough of us